Greetings! Welcome to Sunday Morning Announcements with the Kathy Gray Avatar. If you're with us on Facebook or YouTube, please subscribe to get notifications when we have new videos. If you're with us on Zoom, say hi in the chat. We'd love to say hello back. If you're with us in person, hello everybody here. And if this is your first visit, please sign the guest book either in the lobby or online at oakcliffuu.org/guest. Today, Kate Sanders will be leading us in a guided meditation, Surviving Winter, Lessons from Nature. We hope you can stick around after the service today for Talkback, where we gather in a circle and discuss the service and related topics. For those online, see the Zoom chat at the end of the service for the meeting information. Adult Religious Exploration with Sarah Rickey continues today at 11:15 a.m. with the review of 2023. Join in person in the Hope Library or on Zoom. At 1 o'clock today, our board will meet in the Hope Common Room and on Zoom. This meeting is open to all. Our second Sunday Jazz Jam has been rescheduled for today in the sanctuary from 3 to 5 p.m. Come play, sing, or just listen. You're welcome to bring food and drink for yourself or to share. Admission is free, although there is a tip jar for the musicians. Coming up this week, our Widening the Circle of Concern work group continues to meet on Monday at 7 p.m. Please join us by attending the weekly meeting and or submitting your comments and suggestions via email at wcoc@oakcliffuu.org. The Social Justice Ministry Reading Group returns on Thursday the 25th with a new book, Black Pioneers in a White Denomination. Email Mayus if you have any questions. Our first DEI workshop is scheduled for Saturday, January 27th from 9 a.m. to noon in Charity North. And online registration is open now. Please sign up early so we can prepare the appropriate number of study binders, ensure that we have adequate refreshments on hand, and make any needed accessibility arrangements. Doors will open at 8:30 a.m. for coffee and mingling. Keep watching your eBlast newsletter for more info on all of this and more. Not receiving the eBlast? Just sign up at oakcliffuu.org/enews. It's that easy. But wait, there's more. We have 2 member birthdays to celebrate this week. Happy birthday to Rita Jackson. And happy birthday to Joey Heil, the same day even. Whee! Well, that's it for now. I hope you all have a great week. Try to stay warm.
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Oak Cliff. Let us begin our sacred work with this blessing from Reverend Tracy Johnson. Light of our creative spirits, as we light our chalice this morning, light of our creative spirits, light of our wise souls, light of our wondering and curious minds, light of love for this place, this people, this work. Illuminate our hearts and the spaces between them in this sacred time of unfolding. Blessed be.
The truth in our hearts is our God. join together as hearts beat as one. Emboldened by faith, we dare to proclaim we are answering the call of love. A bright new day is dawning, when love will not divide. Reflections of grace in every embrace, fulfilling the vision divine. We are answering the call of love. Hands joined together as hearts beat as one. Emboldened by faith, we dare to proclaim we are answering the call of love. We are answering the call of love. Thank y'all.
In our community, we take time each week to share what is in our hearts and on our minds. If your heart is heavy today, know that you don't have to carry that heartache alone. Together, we can offer comfort. Please share your sorrows publicly by posting them in the Zoom chat, or send them to our Facebook Messenger, or speak them aloud.
When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love.
We also share our joys with one another, knowing that joy calls unto joy, amplified. Together, our voices can rise in a chorus of celebration. Please share your joys publicly by posting them to the Zoom chat, or send them to our Facebook Messenger, or speak them aloud. Welcome to the UU Church of Oak Cliff. Here, we seek to build a community where what you believe is less important than how your beliefs guide and inform your participation in the world. Ours is a community that strives to value the inherent worth and dignity of every human being. To our returning visitors, we are so happy you have joined us again. We know your time is precious, and we're honored to have you here today. We would also like to extend a warm welcome to any who have joined us here today for the first time, and we do have a visitor here today for the first time. We recognize the bravery it takes to come into this place, and we're glad you're here. Ours is a covenantal church, Latin for come together. Covenant means a solemn agreement or a promise from the heart regarding a course of action between parties. The practice of promising to walk together is the core of our faith. Simply put, it is a guide for the behavior we expect from ourselves and each other. We are bound together by the promises we make to one another, and we recite our covenant during every worship service. Please rise in body or spirit as we recite our covenant. Because we love one another, we honor each individual's spiritual journey. We celebrate life's abundance in service to each other, our community, and the world. We connect with each other in love, respect, and acceptance. Thus do we covenant together.
Porque nos amamos uno al otro, honoramos el viaje espiritual de cada individuo. Celebramos la abundancia de la vida en el servicio entre sí, nuestra comunidad y el mundo. Ponemos en contacto a unos con otros en el amor, respeto y acepción. Así que hacemos pacto. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome. I'm so happy that all of us can be here. If you haven't already, please grab a candle with a little paper holder from the very front to use in our service today. If you're on Zoom, if you have a candle at home that you would like to have near you, please grab that. If not, the flashlight on your phone serves just as well. So thank you so much. After the service, whenever you have a chance, we do have nice candles over in the corner for you to choose one and take home and maybe write what you learned today. Pick one that has a favorite color, a favorite smell, or anything that sparks joy for you. So, a quick aside before I begin. When I began writing this meditation, I was not prepared to get into the depths of the sacredness of winter, the interconnectedness of everything nature does to prepare us. So I want to thank you for my oversimplification of an extremely sacred and amazing process in the world. And secondly, this meditation calls for a lot of introspection. It's going to ask you to deepen your thoughts and kind of get into what you think, what you believe, what you need. And that can be a really big ask on a Sunday morning when you weren't expecting it. So I thank you for taking the journey with me and being receptive. So thank you so much. Let's meditate. Please go ahead and close your eyes. Find a restful position. Whatever makes your body feel most good. There's no perfect way. If you would like, you can sit with your hands in an open receiving gesture with both feet on the floor. I ask you to rest your forehead, your eyes, your cheekbones. Soften your jaw. Let your shoulders fall. Release the tension. If you have any tightness in your chest or core, go ahead and let that go. Release your legs all the way down to your toes. Wonderful. We'll take a few breaths together. Breathe in. Hold. And exhale. Hold. Breathe in. Hold. And exhale. Hold. Last time, breathing deeper, holding longer. Breathe in. Hold. And exhale. Hold. Now continue breathing at a slow and steady pace that feels good for you. If your mind wanders, that's fine. Come back to your breath at any time. But I ask that as we're closing our eyes and visualizing, to imagine a snowy forest, glistening snow, creaking trees, and please visualize while we listen to the sounds of winter. Imagining snow swirling around you, the wind whipping, and nature is about its deep, deep work at this time. Imagine now that roots are growing from your feet and digging into the earth, past the cold winter snow, deep, deep down to where there's still water and minerals to gather and pull from, anchoring you. Because our first lesson is a lesson from the trees. In winter, trees slow down. They purposely stop doing unnecessary processes in order to save energy and to thrive in the future. We may be sad to see leafless trees, but they aren't. They did it on purpose. They have no problem letting go of things that aren't serving them, that are causing them to expend unnecessary energy. Without this rest, they would not be able to grow buds and bloom later in the spring. Rest is essential for our own growth and blossoming. Just as prune trees heal faster in the winter, we as humans heal faster when we are resting as well. What areas in your life can you choose to find more rest in? What proverbial leaves can you decide to let go of in order to thrive later on? Now imagining our roots again, imagining we are a tree in winter. You are still steadily gathering water and minerals from your roots. I encourage you to breathe more calmly, more steadily, choosing to not expend unnecessary energy. Hold in your mind something you're willing to let go of, something that's causing worry or energy expended. Maybe it's a recurring thought that's not very helpful. Maybe it's a not so healthy belief you hold about yourself. Maybe it's a situation you've poured a lot of energy and time into, and it's time to step back. Whatever it is, imagine it as a brittle leaf on your branches. Acknowledge it, thank it, and let it go. It's made its full journey. Allow it to blow away in the winter wind. Thank it once more and be at peace and rest. Breathe here in this moment and contemplate rest and the importance of saying goodbye to things that no longer serve you. Our next lesson is one from the animals. Animals have many responses to nature. The shorter daylight hours trigger natural responses in their bodies to adapt to the cold. Many creatures, birds and mammals alike, grow more feathers or fur. Birds, you'll have noticed, we've seen them in Texas, will fluff out their feathers and their new down feathers to create warm pockets of hair against their tiny little bodies to keep them warm. Finding comfort and protection in times of adversity is a lesson for us all. Imagine a warm covering, starting from your head, flowing down over your face, over your body, as protection from the elements. Covering your face, your arms, your trunk, all the way down to your feet. A nice warmth, a coziness, covering you from the cold. Now I'm going to ask you to name this covering. There are many things that offer comfort and protection, but for today, for this particular practice, I ask that you make this covering a sincere compliment or affirmation to yourself. Something a still small voice inside of you knows that it still needs to hear. Maybe something the child in you needs to hear or to hear more of. I'm going to say some examples. Feel free to take any. Feel free to take all and layer them upon yourself on your covering. I am kind. I am worthy. I am worthy of love. I love myself. People love me. I try my best. I'm proud of myself. I forgive my younger self. I forgive myself now. I am beautiful. I am growing. I'm allowed to make mistakes. I'm going to be okay. Take a few breaths in this protective warmth, repeating what you need to hear for yourself in your mind, for who you are now and who you've been in the past. Take a few moments. Our final lesson from nature resonates with us the most because it is our lesson. It is our ritual. A ritual our ancestors performed well over 1 million years ago. It is the ritual of building and maintaining a fire. Few things are more human than this. It is creating and keeping light and warmth alight in the darkest nights and in the coldest days. It's a ritual that we here at UU begin at the start of each service. It's incredibly important. Imagine a warm glow coming from your center. It's yellow, it's warm, orange, red, your favorite color. It's radiating out, up through your neck, your face, flowing down your arms to your fingertips, down your trunk, legs and toes, filling you with light. You are glowing. Give this glow a name. Give your inner fire a name. If you have, give it many names. What invigorates you, excites you, even in times of lack? What keeps you going in the hardest moments on your worst days, helps you smile, or makes you more determined to go forward? It could be your human connections, your relationships, your family, your chosen family, your friends, your children, your community. Are you passionate about easing others' suffering, of offering hope to those who feel lost and alone in a world that sometimes feels like it wants to make us feel that way? Are you galvanized by the journey to creating justice against corrupt governments and companies? Do you wish to build a refuge for all people? Is it the desperate call of nature to protect her, to save her animals and her trees from those who would place profit and greed over our only home? What fires you up? Is it your understanding of God? The excitement about the fabulous and vast unknown? The human experiment we're all living in? Name this flame and focus on the warmth. Give it many names if it has many names, for we contain multitudes and we can be excited about a lot. Keeping you ready. Imagine it, filling your being, keeping you ready and warm until spring arrives. Take a few breaths here to really focus on what invigorates you and enlivens you, knowing that even on our darkest days, you always have a light within. When you're ready, kind of come back, wiggle your toes and your feet. Flutter your eyelashes open whenever you're ready to be here. And grab your white candles, keeping the inner flame closed in your mind. We'll grab a light and light each other's candles in the darkness. Perseverance. Some candles need a little bit extra lighting. We need to be relit by our neighbors. Oh no. I love a community event. It's so much fun. Take a few moments to consider the meaning of the flame to you and how it can keep you filled with hope, even in our darkest moments, even in times such as these, with war, injustice, pain here and abroad, with so much apparent work to be done in front of us, that we can make it through the night until spring arrives. Isn't it wonderful that ours is not the only light shining in the darkness? All right. We are going to have Miss Leah Morris sing a hymn. I would encourage you to keep your candles lit, and afterwards we'll move on with service. Thank you so much.
Sweet Spirit of light and love, sweet Spirit of light and love, sweet Spirit of light and love, spread your wings and shelter me. Spirit of sweet Spirit of light and love, sweet Spirit of light and love, sweet Spirit of light and love, spread your wings and shelter me. Spirit of sweet Spirit of light and love, sweet Spirit of light and love, sweet Spirit of light and love, spread your wings and shelter me.
In the spring of 2021, UUCOC added a second covenant to our weekly worship service. Our Widening the Circle of Concern work takes its name from an in-depth Unitarian Universalist Association study that was published in 2020 and with which we have been actively engaged ever since. The words of this covenant are in your order of service and will also appear on the screen behind me. I invite you to join me. We, the Unitarian Universalist Church of Oak Cliff, commit ourselves to the study and dismantling of racism and oppression within our congregation. We commit our congregation and ourselves to the work of anti-racism and anti-oppression. We commit ourselves to listening, to learning, and to action. When we fail, we commit ourselves to trying again and again. We covenant to begin this work and to continue until all of us can truly say that we are a beloved community of justice, equity, and compassion. Today's widening moment is brief. It came to mind in part because of our participation in the MLK parade yesterday, and in part because a theme that is being particularly focused on in this month of January is the theme of love. And for this widening moment, I offer this short but powerful reflection from Austin Channing Brown, author of I'm Still Here, Black Dignity in a World Made for Whiteness. I believe firmly that to practice love is to disrupt the status quo, which is masquerading as peace. I invite you to spend some time with that thought this coming week. Thank you.
The light of our chalice would soon flicker and die without the oil that nourishes its flame. And just as this flame cannot burn without oil, this religious community cannot survive or thrive without the financial as well as personal support of its members and friends, the oil that keeps the flame of our liberal religious faith alive. Members, If you are contributing cash towards your pledge, please use the envelope provided and write your name on it. To text your donation, see the number on your order of service. And for more options, see oakcliffuu.org/donate.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. De ti io recibo, a ti te doy, así compartimos y vivimos hoy. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. De ti io recibo, a ti te doy, así compartimos y vivimos hoy.
Our closing words today are for Seasonal Transitions by Andrew Pakala. May you know fully and deeply the blessings of each in your heart's seasons, the inward turning of winter, springtime's lush renewal, the effortless, steady growth of summer, the autumn's rich harvest. May your passage from season to season be blessed, eased by hands to hold and by the light of love to guide you on. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Extinguimos esta llama, pero no la luz de la verdad, el calor de comunidad o el fuego de nuestro compromiso. Estos los llevaremos en el corazón hasta que estemos juntos otra vez.